ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Queen Kong, where we want to, in fact, by the way, we have a new goal to elevate every single one of you to become King and Queen Kongs. And with me here today is one of the most Queen Kongs there ever was. You know, when you are planning Queen Kongs, even when I was starting Queen Kong, she was still the most Queen Kong I have ever met. She's a business lady. She's an amazing tech babe. She is brilliant in all she does. She's beautiful. She runs an amazing business, by the way. She's the most financially literate person I know as well. What else can I say? She's a mountain climber. She's also, as in, yani hata siwezi maliza, hata nikianza, I don't even know how to introduce her because she is so amazing. So drum rolls, please, for our Queen Kong today, Jessica.
Well, that introduction. I don't have anything else I can add to it.
You're well deserving. Introduce yourself. Let them know who you are.
My name is Jessica Olisa. I run a small business called Dope Chick Style where I sell shoes and bags. I'm also an event coordinator on the side.
Imagine.
And every other thing she has said.
Kumbe hata sikuwa nimezimaliza.
Imagine.
Ningeendelea hata singewaimaliza.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming on to Queen Konging today. We are really grateful to have you. It's not your first time here. But thank you for just honoring our invite today. So you said in your intro that you are a small business owner.
Yeah.
You said the name of your business is called?
Dope Chick Style.
So what does Dope Chick Style deal with?
So I sell shoes. These are thrifted shoes from boots to heels to sandals to sneakers, you name it. We have it for you. I sell everything that is shoes related.
Yeah.
And I also sell bags as well. Ladies' handbags.
Okay.
Yeah.
And for those who do not know, thrifted means it's second-hand clothing that we have here. It's called mutumba as well. Inaitwa mtush. Ngozawadhi for those, who... Yeah, so you sell thrifted clothing. So why did you decide to go into business? Or were you ever formally employed? And how did you come to the decision that business is what you want to do with your life?
So I was employed, and around 2018, I quit my job and just decided, man, that job is not for me. I was bored. And then, so because I've been raised in Isili, we used to go to Gikomba. This is like a big market in Kenya, in Nairobi. So we used to go to Gikomba to get like thrifted clothes and shoes at a cheaper price, right? So I decided then, I was actually walking. I used to walk from Isili, pass through Gikomba and then to town and then back. So as I was walking through Gikomba, I was like, oh, I saw some bags. And I was like, I have like 1,000 bob. At that time, I was not employed, right? So I had like 1,000 shillings and said, okay, let me pick some few bags here and there. And then opened a page and started selling from there. So it was just due to being unemployed and looking for some extra income. That's how I started that business at that time.
Wait, uko sure hizi stories za jaba? Uko too serious?
No.
Ulianza na 1,000.
I started with 1,000. I got like, I think there were like 4 or 5 bags. So I started with like 5 bags at first.
Ina sound stories za jaba, by the way.
Not at all.
Nilianza na mayai ya kuku. So ulianza na 1,000
Yeah, it was either 1,000 or 1,500. It wasn't a lot of money because I got very few bags. I got like 5 bags. Yes.
Na page yako, the first name you ever called it, was it Dope Chick Style?
No, it was actually Curry in Style.
Curry in Style. Oh, nice.
Yes, I know.
Because you started with bags.
With bags,
so the first thing you ever sold was bags.
Were bags. But no, previously, I think that was like 2013, I started with shoes. That was like my first business, and then it failed because I was not consistent, and then I was not getting like the right shoes, the good quality shoes. I just went and picked because it's cheap, like 50 bob, 100 bob. So I got it, and then like the quality. Once I sent them to the client, they were like, "No, these are not.
They're not what I saw in the photo.
These are not it.
The picture and the actual
photo,
thing. They are two
very
different.
Things, yes.
So interesting. So you started with shoes the first time you sold shoes,
Yes.
but uliendea zile cheap
Yeah,
zenye
zile cheap
hazikuwa
cheap,
zinakaa
bad
poa.
quality. Yeah.
And then so the next time you were passing through and you saw bags
Yeah.
and you carried on with bags.
Okay, the idea was there.
Yeah.
Because also I'm a stylish woman, please.
You really are. See,
I
look
am
at
a
what she's
stylish woman.
wearing. Look at what
So
she's
I love,
wearing.
and the thing about accessorizing, even the full outfit,
Yeah.
is your bag,
Yes.
your shoes,
Yes.
apart from the jewelry.
Yeah.
Like the bag and the shoes, once you get it right, it
Yeah.
completes the full outfit.
It does. It does.
So, like I really loved bags. So I was like, I had that thought. So when I was passing there, it was so much easier. I was like, okay, let me pick this, let me pick that. And then that's how I started it.
Okay, that's very
Yeah.
interesting. And so this how is that how has that process been like for you? So wait, you started with shoes but ukabuy bad quality, and that sort of disoriented. Then now you went to bags.
Yeah.
So you carried on with bags for how long, and then how did you then transition back to shoes?
To shoes. So I sold bags for a while and then I mixed them with like dresses. At some point, my page, I was selling dresses, dungarees, skirts, official wear. Then I was like, no, I don't think the dresses, because the market was very saturated. Even right now, it's still
Very
very
saturated,
saturated.
yeah.
I was like, okay, I don't think this is for me. So I
Yes.
continued with bags for a while. And then in 2019, yes, 2019, I was like, there are no businesses that are selling shoes, like boots, good quality boots. So at that point, people were selling just dresses and
Sneakers.
bags. Sneakers, not that at all. Not too many businesses were doing that. So I was like, okay, let me go into starting selling boots. And that's how I transitioned from bags
to boots.
to boots.
Okay.
Yeah.
So did you just start selling boots only?
No.
Yeah.
I was selling all shoes. I was selling sandals, heels, sneakers at that point. And then at some point, I felt like boots were what people were asking for. So between 2020, during COVID, and 2021, like I transitioned fully into boots. Though right now I'm back into mixing. So like it's a one-stop shop. Any
Yeah.
shoe you want,
Yeah.
you get. But at a certain period, I was just selling boots only.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, it seems like your business has really changed a lot, like since the first time you started up to this point.
Yeah.
How would you say you've grown it? Like, did you start online? How are you selling things? Because you're telling me you got a bag, and the first time you bought a bag and you opened Curry in Style. Yes, Curry in Style. And then, you moved on to this thing. So did you open a shop? How was the process of growth? How did you move from one thing to another?
So basically, when I started this business in 2018, I did it for I think that 1 year, and then I got employed. So during that employment, I wasn't fully into the business. So I was just doing it over the weekends. Once in
Yeah.
a while, I go get
A side
stock.
gig.
It's a side gig now
Yeah.
because now I'm employed. Yeah, I'm a corporate babe.
Corporate babe,
Corporate
come on
babe.
to the
Yeah. So
body.
now I am just doing it as a side gig, right? So and then 2020 came, COVID happened, and now I was unemployed. I don't have any money. I'm the one who's sustaining my family. So they are still looking at me like, okay, you have been doing it before, so now
Continue.
continue. And I don't have any income coming in.
Yeah.
So and then I was like, oh, by the way, I've been selling shoes,
Yes.
bags for a while.
Yeah.
Then why not continue doing this? So that's when I fully transitioned into the business side of Dope Chick, now fully as a entrepreneur, right? And that's 2020. So I used to post online. And then what I used to do to get like more followers, you go to pages where they have followers and you follow people who you see. You check who have commented, is this available? So, like this is someone who's going to purchase from you, has that purchasing power, right? So you follow these people. At that time, I wasn't high on doing ads. So it was just organically growth, right? And follow the people, and then just more of consistently posting, getting good quality shoes at that time. Yeah, so I think it's been just a gradual growth. First, from social media, and then last year, when did I open my shop? 2020. When did I go to? Yeah, 2021. Sorry. So in July 2021 is where I partnered with ladies who are selling dresses, and we opened a shop. Yes, so fully into now both online and now the shop for walking. Because now also the other thing that prompted me to start to open the shop was people wanted to fit shoes. I was like, I can't just buy what I don't see. What if it doesn't fit me? So it just led to making that decision of opening the shop. Yeah, but before then, I used to have a pickup point. So if you buy a shoe online, I just
Drop it
drop it at the
somewhere.
pickup point, and then you can go and pick it
Collect
from
it.
there.
Okay.
Or even before that, what we used to do when I started, was I used to carry a bag. I have this bag, I still have it till now. So I carry like almost all the stock. So someone says, oh, I want to fit 38.
You have several
So I have several.
in your
So
bags.
I carry the bag, I go to either your office or where you want it. At that time, I didn't have a rider, and also I didn't know about riders. So I was the one who was delivering the shoes or the bags at the time. So if it's Tao, I'm like, okay, we are meeting at Ambassador or Kencom. I come with my
Show up
bags
with
packed.
your backpacking bag.
Yes, yes. I'm like, yo, I'm here. So I do the delivery, and then I
Yeah.
transitioned to the pickup point, and then
Yeah.
eventually now to the shop.
Opened a shop.
Yes.
I hear a lot of, like, from the way you're explaining, I hear a lot of gradual growth. You know me, there's a time I used to sell things from Gikomba. Eh, So let me tell you the story. I went to Gikomba to buy some ladies' dresses and tops and skirts. Now, because I was going to get things that I like, because I didn't know, like I would go and check out the skirts. I'm like, okay, I like the skirts. I like this. So I think that this is what would go.
Would go.
Let me tell you, nilikula mali yote.
You are getting your sizes only.
Kumbe, it was all my sizes
And all it is.
and all my tastes. So when I come
Yeah.
in show, like no one wanted to buy. But then how were you able to do that? Like to get to a place where you're able to understand? Because I think, and then how did you get the discipline to continually do this business? Is it that you had systems and structures, or how did you go about it? Because you see, for me, it was, I went the first time, I sold a few tops.
Yeah.
The next time now, I'm looking at my colors, the colors that make me happy. I'm looking at, the skirts that make me happy. And eventually, there was no business
There's
there
no business.
because
Yeah.
no one was buying what I was selling. So, but how do you come and get to a place where you understand your customer, but then also where's the discipline? Because I believe that there are shoes you see. I know you look like a stylish person. So
Yeah.
I imagine that you love style enough.
Yes.
And when you see those things, why don't you pick them and wear them yourselves?
Yeah. So at first, I used to eat my stock,
Yeah.
which is where my
Kula
stock.
mali.
Kula mali yako. Yeah. So I used to wear at some point, like if something hasn't gone, I'm like, okay, this is actually my size, so into my wardrobe or into
Yes.
my shoe drop.
Yeah.
And then eventually I was like, this is not the reason also why I started this. So apart from, I think, structures, you've asked about structures, right?
Yes.
So it's more of, before I even talk about structures, let me talk about the market. Like how did I know like what shoes
Yes,
to bring?
what to bring, yeah.
Yeah, so I think it's more about asking, like ask people like, what are you wearing right now?
Yeah.
Like what do you want? Like, so now what I do with my customers is someone buys from me, is like, oh, I'll come back. And then I'm like, okay, that's fine. What you can do is send me a couple of shoes you're looking for.
Yeah.
So I know what's your taste,
Yes.
what are the things you're looking for. And
Yeah.
that's how I know, okay, these are what these customers want. And then also trends. Right now, there was a time where Dr. Martens were
Come on now,
the
Dr.
thing.
Martens,
Yeah, like everyone was like, oh, please get me
Get me a
Dr.
Dr.
Martens.
Marten, yeah.
So at that time, when you follow the trends and you get
Trends.
things that are on trend,
Yeah.
it will eventually.
What is trending right now?
Right now, they're the platform boots or platform heels. Yeah. So now once you have that, it's like,
You're on
yeah,
point
because everyone wants to go for
with the
people
trend.
for the fashion, because that's just fashion. Anyone
Yeah.
who follows the fashion and the
Fashions,
trends
yeah.
will get the same thing. So if you follow that, you're able. Very few people are just like, okay, this is just me. This is
Me, this
what
is
I.
how I would
This is my
dress.
style.
Yeah.
And then there are those people who follow fashion,
Yeah.
fashion and trends.
Yeah, so you have to see what are the fashion trends and follow them, right? But what about the structures?
So for the structures that I've put in my business, so first of all, quality and consistency. So I bring quality products, quality shoes, quality bags. So I rather spend more money to get it, but sell something that is of good quality to the customer.
So for shoes, for example, what are you looking for in a shoe? Like, are you looking at the sole? Are you looking at the leather? Because I'm imagining boots are more leather,
Leather,
right?
yes,
So
yes,
are you
yes.
looking at the sole? Are you looking at what are you looking for? Just to give us a rough idea. So what do you look out for in a shoe?
So mostly, because it's thrifted, okay, you may call it thrifted, meaning second hand,
Second
because
hand,
someone
yeah.
else has worn it, and
Yeah.
then so there are those which are not second hand. They have not been worn. Just the season at that point in Europe or wherever they come from, UK,
Has
had
already,
ended, so
yeah.
they just cleared the stock and packed them and brought them here.
Yeah.
So in terms of the sole, it hasn't worked. The zip is functioning well. There's no dents on the shoe,
Okay.
because those are like very key and important things.
Okay.
It hasn't peeled. The quality is good. See the one that you see that if you walk for a few miles, it will come off. Yeah. So yeah, if it's leather, like proper good quality leather.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's as far as the shoe is concerned. You're very keen on quality shoes.
Quality. Yeah.
You talked about consistency. So where are you consistent?
So consistency when it comes to like posting and then giving out information, it just doesn't end at, well, the shoe and that's it.
Yeah.
So now it's adding value to the customers. So adding value means like let's say right now what's on trend is the platform heels.
Yeah.
So you can do a reel on how to style platform boots.
Wow.
So now, because someone will be like, okay, so now how am I going to wear
Wear
this
this shoe.
shoe?
Okay. I want to be on trend, but I don't
But
know
I don't know
how to
how
go
will it
about
look
it.
on me?
Come
What
on
will I wear
now.
with what? So add more value
Add value to your
to your
customer. So
customer.
not only do you give your customer quality, but you need to also add
Add
value to
value
your
to
customer. That's
yes.
very interesting because, and then you're saying consistency. So do you have a day time that you post?
Yes. So I usually post okay, before, which was last year. Right now it's a bit low because how there's no purchasing power. Like the business is a bit down. So I used to do daily posting Monday to Sunday. I could actually go to the market 3 or 4 times a day. So every time I get
A week or a day?
a week, sorry, 3 to 4 times a week. So anytime I get any stock, I'll definitely post. But right now I am posting three days in a week. Yes.
Do you have like a
Weeks.
specific time?
Yes, 7 p.m.
You post at 7 p.m.
7 p.m.
That's
Yes.
very
But I
interesting.
also like now when I'm posting, I do a reel to just notify people that today we have new stock. We're going to post at this time.
Okay.
Yeah, so turn your post notification on.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes.
Wow. I think I'm hearing things that I personally have struggled with, even just with this podcast,
Yeah.
to be consistent with the number of times that I post. When I post, currently we are posting our episodes on Wednesdays, and sometimes I forget.
You forget.
Sometimes
Yeah.
I, like last week, I was just like, oh my God, I'm even ashamed of saying because I remembered when I was already in bed. And also just the consistency of even creating content because it's hard sometimes. It's really hard and it's expensive in some areas as well. So just the consistency of also creating content. Do you have like specific things that you've brought to support this? Like, do you have a better phone? Do you have do you have, I don't know, do you have a tripod? Have you bought supporting documents for this work of
Yeah.
creating content? Because I feel like not only are you selling shoes, but you're also creating content in a
Yeah.
large way. Yeah.
So it's just a phone.
Mm-hmm.
I got like a good quality phone.
Mm-hmm.
So that helps me create better and quality. Like what you see in my
Is
page,
what
I
you
say what you
get.
see
Is
is
what you
what you
get.
literally get. Because
Okay.
the photo and the shoe,
The
when you
same.
see it physically, it's like, okay, this is actually the same thing. And I've gotten that comment, like feedback from my clients, and I'm like, okay, then it was a
Then I'm
good
on the right
investment.
path.
I'm on the
Yeah.
right path.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that, and I think nothing much, because the phone literally creates the content for
Wow.
me. So the phone is my investment, yeah,
You know,
into
it's
the business.
you're just, I feel like you're giving me such a holistic view
Mm-hmm.
into how exactly to go into just business, because I feel
Mm-hmm.
like it's very easy for me to think of it as just I buy a shoe, I sell a shoe. But you know,
Mm-hmm.
you're telling me that it's important that I think about the quality of the
Mm-hmm.
video, the quality of the photo that I'm going to post that has
Yeah.
the shoe, the quality of shoe itself. Are there
Yes.
any other structures that you've put in place in the business?
So first is I've separated myself from my business,
Okay.
which I think is one of the things that small business owners don't do. So I bought a separate phone. So this phone is specifically for business.
Okay.
And then I have now my phone for my
Yes.
personal things. So
Okay.
any money that comes in goes to the business phone. And at the end of the month, I pay myself. And then there's also money for the business. So, and apart from that, I consistently created like books of account where I have my expenses and incomes, just like an Excel sheet that I have on my computer, that I have separate. Like every day, I sit down at the end of the day, I do the income that I've gotten for my business today and the expenses that I've gotten for my business, so that at the end of the month I can tell, okay, this is what I've earned. This is my this month, and this is how much I've spent at the end of the month. So it gives you okay, is your business literally giving money to you, or it's just not working? Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
I want to ask a very personal question in
Mm.
regards to that.
Mm-hmm.
How much is the most, like the month you made the most money
Mm-hmm.
since you started this business?
Mm-hmm.
How much did you make on that month?
I think it was around 500,000 or 600,000.
Hey!
Yes, it was
Guess who will be in Gikomba next week?
oh my
What do
god.
you mean?
Yeah, it was around that much, but the expenses, but also you can't it might be 500 less as an income, but the expenses were so high. So at the end of the day, what you
Yeah.
just look at is the profit that you made
So
that month.
highest profit you've ever made then.
Whew.
This is, and when you say expenses, it means like your life, personal life expenses and
No,
everything.
like I've paid myself, I've paid the business.
Yes.
You have to consider there are stocks that you actually buy every month.
Okay, so unajua, let me tell you, you're watering this down, but I don't think it's right because I can't say nimelipwa, say my salary is 100,000 na unajua lazima nipande matatu, lazima, of course lazima upande matatu, you know.
Yes.
So but the truth is salary yangu si bado ni 100,000.
Always, I feel like for me currently, I don't
See it that
see it
way.
that way.
Okay,
I
sawa.
like what I
What is the
see
profit
is the
that you
profit.
made and you felt like, hey, this profit,
It was
yani?
good money.
Yeah. No, you're not saying that that is what you
I
make
don't
every
want
day.
ops to follow
You
me.
don't want my ops and my scientists to be
And
after you.
scientists to be after me. But it was
Yeah,
just good money. I think it was
yeah,
just like, I was like, okay, this business is bringing money. That's why I've also
yeah.
just put so much into it, because I can see the reward and the returns from it.
You know, but I think the reason as to why I've asked this question is
Mm-hmm.
because it's very easy for us to look down upon some of these businesses.
Yeah.
I want to bring in something. I've tried to not be your friend on this podcast, but you're
Mm,
my best friend, and I
okay.
know some personal things about you.
Mm.
But one time, I want to tell a story, guys. You don't know this story. So we had a mutual friend, both of us.
Wow, I know the
You know
story
the
you're going to say.
story?
Okay. Mm.
So a mutual friend of ours was planning a trip,
Mm-hmm.
and then the mutual friend, you no, yeah, you, they called you because you had traveled before
Mm.
on a long trip to several countries, guys,
Yeah.
as I said, globetrotter over here. And then this friend calls you and they wanted some insight on a trip that they were going on.
Mm.
and then you are like, I'd be interested to join you, so in the event that you guys finalize on the details, let me
Let me
know.
know.
And then the friend was like, yeah, do you think you have that kind of money?
What a shock!
What a shocking shock. And I remember thinking, if only people knew
New, yeah.
how much you make. Because I think very many people look down upon people who do the kind of
The
work
kind of
that you
work,
do.
yeah.
And they feel like, maybe it's not, they feel like it's, you're not in an office, swinging in an office somewhere. But honestly, even me, when I've been in the highest of highs, like when I've been paid the most money, you have always made more than I have. Because, that type of business is more on the amount of effort, and
Yes.
generally business is about the amount of effort you put,
Put
the
in.
amount of time you invest in it, and the structures that you put in place, which you have put in place.
Yeah.
And that's why this question is important. That's why I've asked you what I've asked you, because I needed people to paint a picture and not look down upon any type of business.
Yes.
Because even if you're selling slippers, me I know slippers tu ukikuwa serious unauza slippers za mtushi,
Yeah.
you'll get very many people who want to buy these
True,
things.
true, true,
And I
true.
think that it's very important that people get a picture of someone who's been at, because if you count the years, you're saying you started to be very serious in 2019, right?
2020.
2020. So
Yeah.
2020, 2021, 2022, 2023.
Yeah.
Those are 4 years. And in that period of time, you've made up to 500,000 in a month.
In a
It
month.
means you've probably made more in other months. You've probably touched so much more money than someone who even earns a salary of about 200,000 in an
Yeah.
office every
Yeah.
month.
Yeah.
And I really love that. And that's why I brought you on board, because you're one of the people who, even from this story that you're telling us. And I want you to speak more on the books of account. So you've said two things that are very interesting. Number one, that you've separated yourself from the business.
Yeah.
What does that really mean? And other than money, is there any other type of separation from the business? Because you've said that you have two M-Pesa lines, right? One for the business and one that's personal.
Yeah.
But then the other one is about the books of accounting. Why is that important for a business? Yeah.
So the reason why I actually even started the book of accounts, because in employment I used to do accounts for some of the company I used to work for, and with this certain company where my boss was just the
It all be
it
all.
all be all. Yeah. So, and I saw how he spent money, used money, and I was like, no, I have to do something different.
Yeah.
When I start my
Your
own
own business.
business.
Yeah.
So that led to the separation of my business.
Yes.
So like from me as Jessica,
Yeah.
and then there's now Dope Chick Style.
Yeah.
Because also I have other side gigs, like
Yes.
I do door management for events.
Yes.
Come on now.
Come on, Madam Boss.
I do event coordination as well. So, and I also receive money sometimes
Yes.
from my to my line.
Yes.
So I have to separate, like, no, this is what I've earned from events, and this is what I've earned from Dope Chick Style.
Yeah.
And so it also enables you to see, okay, where am I at with my business? Like, what have I earned this month?
Yes.
How is it? You can compare last month, June and July.
Yes.
What
are the differences?
What are the differences in terms of expenses?
Yeah.
Like, there's a time last year I saw my expenses and I was like, no, something has to change. Like, let's reduce on.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it helps you in those areas. Yes.
Do you have a delivery structure in the business as well?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
So right now we are doing riders. I have 2-3 riders who deliver for people who want to do door-to-door delivery.
And who pays for it?
The client.
The client pays
Yes,
for
the
the
client
delivery.
pays for the
Okay.
delivery. Yes. And then for the cheaper options, we do pick up mtani.
Pick up mtani.
Yeah, pick up mtani. So
Okay.
it does, like, it has estate agents, and it's cheaper. So if you don't want to remove, like, let's say Kilelesho is 300, you pay 120
for pick up
mtani, and it's same day delivery.
Oh, it's same day delivery.
Yeah, so if you take it before 12/1,
yes,
by 4/5 you have already received your message.
Yeah.
That your shoes have arrived.
So pick up mtani is like a a service that is being offered right now in Nairobi,
Mm-hmm.
where you drop your things in a shop in town and then
Mm-hmm.
they take it to different areas in
Mm-hmm.
Nairobi, like in different estates, which is, I find it
Yeah,
very, this
it's
is,
very
free
efficient.
plug-in.
Free plugging, free
Free
advertisement.
advertisement, because I think it's very
Yeah,
efficient and it's
yeah.
really helped very many
Um,
people to grow their businesses as well, because delivery is a very sore spot
oh yeah.
for
Let me tell you. And then one thing that can also mess you up
yeah,
if your delivery is bad, you've already
yeah.
lost your customer.
Wow, wow, that's very
You've
interesting.
already lost your customer. So now, for example, there was this time I sent a rider to a client. So delivery was 400. If not 400, 300. So the rider went and saw, this lady lives in a very good house. So now
Mm.
the delivery went from
Yo,
300 to 500. So you
what?
see now there you've lost your customer
Customer,
because
because we've
now,
already had a conversation and agreed on
yes,
how much it is.
mm,
You should not change it up just because you feel like that person can afford to pay more.
yes,
That's
yes.
very unfair.
So you have to have these conversations even with your riders, like, okay,
Okay.
so what is the amount you're charging me? I've
Mm-hmm.
told the client it's this. So what you
Mm.
just do, you deliver. If the client is paying you, she or he is paying you this amount of money.
Yeah.
Don't go and overcharge the client.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow,
So you
that's
need
very
to be
nice.
very
Ah, so delivery has, you've created a good system and it works for you. You have
yeah.
good riders. How about
We also send parcels outside
the
the
Nairobi?
Nairobi and also
Okay.
outside the country.
Even outside the country.
Yes,
Come on
now.
now. uh,
Ah,
what about the market itself when you go to Gikomba?
mhm.
Is there a system there? Like, do you have like specific people who, they sell to you, or is it wherever you find a shoe you pick it?
So it's both instances.
Mm-hmm.
Wherever I find a shoe,
Mm-hmm.
I pick, but I also have specific people where I go
Mm.
to and then I get
Because you've
what I
already
need.
figured out who sells the kind of things that you
Yes,
sell.
and they also know me right now, so they know what I
Yes.
want. Yes,
Yeah.
so it's
Wow,
smooth.
that's amazing. I want you to tell, there are two more things I want to ask of
Mm-hmm.
you.
Mm-hmm.
The first is there, what is the future of Dope Chick Style? Where do you see? Currently, you told me that you mostly have boots, I mean, and you also majored on bags for a
Mm-hmm.
bit.
Mm-hmm.
But is there something that you want to do in the near future? Are there plans to expand? And if yes, how do you see Dope Chick Style expanding? Maybe, let's see, how many years? In the next 3,
2 years.
2,
The next,
hey,
the
come
next
on
1 or
now.
2 years.
In the
Yeah.
next 1 or 2 years,
The
so you
next
have
one or
dreams for
two
the one,
years.
two, five,
Yes.
10 years. Yes, what do
Yeah.
you see?
So of course I see myself expanding. I want to actually just have my own shop, like stock it up with all types of shoes.
Shoes, yeah.
Because also I sell men's shoes, but it's just not consistent. I haven't been. I need to be more consistent into
So
it.
you're growing into that
Yeah.
space.
So I
Okay.
want to have a one-stop shop.
For
So a family comes into that shop.
everyone can get a
Everyone
pair.
from the father to the baby
Baby can
can
get
get
a
a
pair.
pair.
Okay.
Yeah, so a one-stop shop for shoes and bags. But also eventually I want to manufacture my own
Mm.
bags.
Bags, eh?
Yes, bag organizers
Okay.
specifically. So, and this is because from selling bags, we've seen these tote bags that don't have any structure inside the bag. It's
Yes.
just open. So I want to create bag organizers. I already have like the plan. It's just
Execution.
execution.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's beautiful. What has been the biggest failure? Like, when did you ever feel like, man, this has gone so wrong since you ever started your business? Places where you really struggled.
I don't think I have struggled that much.
Hey, come on, come on.
Because I pride myself in learning from others.
Okay.
So I try to make sure that I don't repeat or
Other
do
other people's mistakes,
other
yeah.
people's mistakes.
Okay.
So I haven't had like major failures
But what
in the
challenges then
business.
have you faced while
I
doing
think
this?
it's more of sourcing for the goods, or
Yeah.
sometimes you miss something when you're in the market, and then when you come home, you're like, okay, this shoe, the zip was either broken,
Mm.
there was a dent that you didn't
See,
see, and
yeah.
you had already removed that money, so you can't even take it back.
Back.
So I think those are like one of the things. So now I've made sure that I am more
Keen.
keen when I am sourcing the product, so that I don't have to, because that's waste of money. You can't return the goods, you can't sell. Yeah.
During COVID and even after for a bit, there's been challenges in, things coming in.
Yeah.
And then also I've seen there's been a lot of fires.
Mm.
How have those things affected you, and how do you plan to mitigate that in the future?
So now, during that, like when there are fires, so since 2020, there's none that has come to the side of shoes.
Ah, so there are sides in the
Yeah, so
open
there
air
are different
market.
sides. Yes, there's
Okay.
shoe sides, there's clothes sides, like that. So I
Yeah.
haven't encountered any in the shoes side.
Yeah.
And eventually it's to bring in
Your
shoes,
own.
my own shoes. Yes. And if I'm able to even sell them as bills,
Yeah.
but just proper and good quality,
Yeah.
because most of the when you're at the market and you
Yeah.
see people opening these bills, you even pity them, because from the whole bill, only two or three shoes come with good quality. The rest are spoiled. So you're like, okay, this person has actually put in
A lot of
a lot of
money.
money,
Yeah.
and it's not bringing
There's
in
no
anything.
ROI.
Yes, there's no
Okay.
ROI there.
Yeah.
So if eventually that will suffice, I think, just to bring in good quality. Like even I
Quality.
sell you a good bill, it's
Yeah.
like you're going to get an ROI from it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Um, and what's the future for you just personally? Are you planning on, venturing into other, because now from what we've heard, you're a serial money maker. There are serial entrepreneurs, but you sound like a serial
Money
money
maker.
maker. Hey! So
Oh,
as a
future
serial,
billionaire.
come on,
Come on
future
now.
millionaire. So what are some of the plans you have going?
I have a lot of plans.
Yeah.
So first would be, I love events. I love curating spaces
And
where
maybe I'll
people
invite you back for you
come.
to tell us about events.
Yes,
I
please.
will, I
Yes, like I
will.
think I thrive in that space.
Yeah.
Just creating a space where people come and just have fun.
Yeah.
So I want to not do, I want to curate a gospel event. And I already have the
Come
name
on
of what it's
now.
going to be called. It's going to call Heart.
Mm. Don't tell
Okay.
them. Don't tell them.
Okay. So yes, I'm going to curate that event where people can just come, praise, worship, have a
Yeah.
good time.
Yeah.
Because I feel like there's more events for the secular bit,
Yeah.
but when it comes to
They're not
gospel,
enough.
they're
Yeah.
not enough. And
Okay.
then young people are moving towards that side, because there's fun in
Yes.
godly things,
Yeah.
as in you can still have fun and
Yeah.
be saved. Yes,
Yes.
so just creating those spaces.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah,
That's one
and
of the things you're looking forward
that's one
to.
of the things I'm looking
Okay.
forward to. And also working from remote working, and I love traveling. I hope to travel the whole world, all over the world.
Yes.
So yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yo, so you heard it here first. You almost had the name, and then you guys can't hear the
You'll
name.
put a beep.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Please.
So thank you so much for
Yeah.
tuning in. Thank you so much for coming. Thank
Thank
you
you
for
so
gracing
much.
us with your beauty and your excellence and your serial money makerness. You're teaching us. Teach us your ways.
Come on now.
We
I
are
should come
really
for a financial
literacy one,
literacy
right?
one, yeah.
Most definitely. You've really taught me so much about money. So I'll invite you back to just have that conversation.
Sure.
Thank you so much for watching up to the end. Thank you so much. So please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Please subscribe. Also just click on the like button, comment, tell me what you think about this episode, and follow us on our Instagram, Twitter, TikTok at Queen Konging. Queen Konging. Konging has Q. Just look at this name. Yeah, Queen Konging. Follow us for more amazing and uplifting content, just to ensure that all of us become kings, and Queen Kongs. Until the next time, it has been me, your Queen Kong. Yay!